Hey guys, welcome back to Gaming Your Own Way. My name is Chad, and I'm excited to share with you an early access look I got at House Flipper 2, which will be released later this year. Today I'm going to go over my experiences and thoughts about the game and help you determine if this is a game you should add to your catalog. Let's get started. So a few days ago I released a list video over on TikTok about supernatural abilities that we get in video games. It looks like you guys might not have seen it yet, so you should hop over to TikTok and check that out first. I'll give you a second. Okay, welcome back. For the last entry in that list, we talked about the superhuman ability in video games like The Sims to be able to actually purchase a house, because let's be honest, if you're a single 20-something guy like myself, the ability to buy a house is definitely a superhuman ability. Well, just a couple days later, I came across the opportunity to play an early access trial for the upcoming game House Flipper 2. While my ability to buy a house in the real world may be limited, I was excited to explore this game and live out my fantasy of finally being a homeowner. First, let's talk about console availability. House Flipper 2 will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Additionally, going from June 19th until June 26th, Steam users will have the ability to play a demo for the game, so if you're interested in checking the game out for yourself, make sure to snag this demo as soon as possible. Now, let's get on to the important part. What are you actually doing in House Flipper 2? I mean, yeah, it's kind of in the name, right? You're flipping houses. You're given this rundown, abandoned, graffitied house, and it is your task, should you choose to accept it, to make it look beautiful. You accomplish this feat by picking up trash around the house and the yard, cleaning up any stains or graffiti, refinishing the floors, or repainting any walls that are run down or that just don't fit the style that you're going for. After that, you're then able to furnish all of the rooms in the house and design them however you best see fit. Also not pictured in any of this demo gameplay, you have the ability to, in the full game, create an entire house from scratch. I'm not sure that I'm personally creative enough to do that and be successful in my own eyes, but if you've got a creative mind, this sounds like a great feature for you. So those are the things that you do in the game, but how does it actually feel to play? Honestly, I was pretty skeptical when I first started. Like a true gamer would, I didn't read a single one of the tutorial books and just tried to jump into the game straight away. I struggled for the first few minutes learning the controls, understanding how to use all the different tools in the game, but honestly, the learning curve isn't that steep. Within about 5 to 10 minutes, I had a pretty good grasp on all of the controls, all of the tools you use, and once I figured all of those out, the game was honestly pretty fun. Now, it's important to say, don't get me wrong, this is definitely a niche game. If you are super into only RPGs or first-person shooters, then this obviously isn't going to be a game for you. However, if you enjoy simulation-style games, or really just the kind of game that you can play and wind down after a stressful day at work or at school, or you're really into building things or designing things, then you might really end up enjoying this. The first piece of gameplay I encountered was the cleaning portion of the game, and it was strangely satisfying. However, after cleaning the dirt and grime out of one room, I was kind of good for like the rest of the game. The cleaning part wasn't particularly my favorite aspect. I mean, it was fine. It was, again, strangely satisfying. But the good news is, in the grand scheme of when you're cleaning up a house, at least when I played, cleaning took up a substantially smaller amount of time than designing and doing the rest of the game. Speaking of which, that was the highlight of the game for me, really designing and recreating each room into something that really fits my style, or something that I would like to have in a future house. It's worth noting that I am not a very creative person. I'm typically a minimalist in real life. I saw the room the developers created in the gameplay trailer, and I felt a little embarrassed looking at my room that I had made. But that's honestly the whole point of it. You're given the power to create the type of environment that you enjoy and that you would like to live in. The game gives you an awesome number of tools to do that, from all sorts of different styles of furniture, plants, and little knickknacks that you can put around the room. I also loved the amount of customization down to the color of the paint you can put on the walls, the color of the wood for your floors and ceilings, and even the color of your knickknacks and appliances. I also want to make sure and point out a massive feature in the game, or at least for someone like me who lacks creative flair, was the quest system in the demo. The game had a quest set for each room that gave you suggested items to place throughout the game. This was huge for me and gave me ideas on so many things to place down that I never would have thought of without just sitting there and going through every single category and scrolling through the store for 10 to 20 minutes just looking at everything. I have to be honest with you though, one of the most exciting things that I saw in this game that makes me want to get the game wasn't even a gameplay feature. It was actually a phenomenal Easter egg that the developers put in the demo that just really sat well with me. It makes me think that if they put this Easter egg in the demo and they put that level of care, that I can't wait to see and play the actual game and explore what other Easter eggs they put in the game. But yeah, guys, check this out. I was going around cleaning all of the yard and picking up all of the trash when I stumbled upon a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary door, which leads to a Dungeons and Dragons room in like this cellar. This was a phenomenal extra that was added in. As a massive Skyrim fan and just RPG fan in general, this hit me straight in the feels. Under no circumstance was this room getting renovated or that door being changed at all to match the rest of the house. I think that just says something about the people developing the game, and they really put their love and spirit of gaming into it. Beyond that, those were really my highlights in the game. It truly is just a nice, relaxing game where you can take time to design an ideal setting that you can enjoy to some relatively calming music. I had a great time playing it, and it's definitely worth checking out. Now, all of those things being said, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't point out some of the issues or shortcomings that I found in the game. First and foremost, I have to preface this with saying that this is a demo, and I fully expect my biggest complaint to be fixed by release. But my biggest gripe with the game was when I first played, I played for about 30 minutes, started working on one room in my house, and then went to save and close out of the game, but the game wouldn't save or close. I actually had to Alt F4 out of the game, and as you would imagine, my game did not save. It ended up being okay because I hadn't actually made that much progress. I had just been learning the controls and the mechanics of the game, and I didn't actually like what I had done with the room I had been working on anyway. However, had that happened to my actual game after all the hours of progress I had put in, I would have been furious. It is worth noting that I continued to play the game for about an extra 2 to 2.5 hours, and I never had that issue happen again. That was also the only actual break that I had in the game, which is good news. Everything else that I came across was just like a minor inconvenience. One thing that was slightly frustrating was when you're painting, it's kind of hard to tell what color the paint is until you actually put it on the wall. There wasn't like a palette or a panel that shows you the color before you put it on the wall, and after you put it on the wall, there isn't an undo button. You have to go back and refinish it and then repaint. Not necessarily a bad thing, and honestly, that's realistic, but I would prefer to know what the color was before I, actually put it on the wall. Additionally, in this demo at least, the quest items are actual requirements for the room rather than suggestions to put down. I hope that for the full game, the quest items are suggestions for what you should place rather than hard restrictions. I would hate to be unable to move on or flip a house because I didn't put down the things that the developers wanted and I made it truly my own. I didn't actually dislike the items the game wanted me to put down, like the knickknacks and the appliances, but the floors and the wall colorings, they didn't match the vibe that I was going for and some of the other colors that I'd picked for the scheme of the house. I had a vision for what I wanted my floors and walls to look like, and I wanted it to match the rest of the house, but I was restricted by the quest system from preventing me from putting the walls on like I wanted. Now, it is also worth noting that after you do a certain percentage of the game, it gives you the option to just call it quits, you're good, finish it, you can sell the house. At that point, you are then encouraged to go back and be able to, customize it however you want. However, I just want to be able to customize it however I want from the beginning, and that very well may be how it is in the real game. Remember, this was a demo. Overall, guys, I had a great experience playing House Flipper 2. A huge thanks, by the way, to the Frozen District team for giving me the opportunity to play this demo early. Don't forget, the demo is out on Steam starting June 19th until June 26th. If you're interested at all in the game, make sure to go try out the free demo. Does this sound like the type of game for you? Are you interested in this at all? Let me know down in the comments below. If you don't really have anything to say, then just comment your favorite emoji. Your engagement really helps out the channel. I'll also note that since you're still here watching at the end of the video, hit that like button. You must have liked the video, right? You're still here. While you're hitting the like button, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notifications for new videos like this, and I'll see you guys in a later video. Happy house hunting.